What up, y'all? It's Enok. Long time no see. Really appreciate all the feedback, all the support, especially on the SP404 video, the 5 tips and tricks. Tons of great questions, feedback on there. So we're gonna do 5 more tips and tricks on the SP404. Alright, so the first one here is going to be the mark button. So to show this, first thing I'm going to do is record in a beat. So hit record, the flash, all the ones that are open. 2. As soon as I hit record, I'm going to hit play on the MPC. I'm going to go a little bit past the end. Okay. So now we have this on here, but there's a little bit of a gap between the beginning and the start of the kick. So that's where you use the mark button. Basically it's like a 1-second count. What I'll do is I'll count the time between when you hit the button and when the kick, or when that, whatever the sample is, starts. So this is like 1, so I would go 1. So I'm pretty much right on it. From there, after the mark, you use the end and start cutoff. So you'd hit start, keep tapping it until you hear it come in. And that's basically my technique for getting rid of the beginning of the silence. So let's say that we wanted to make that entire thing a loop. We would need to do the same thing for the endpoint. Let's do that. Hold will make it so you don't have to hold the button anymore. So it's way late, so basically we'll do end, come back, end again, come back. I think it's like 100 milliseconds every rotation. See how that sounds? Okay, so about twice that. Back. So basically the other way is you would hit mark for the beginning and then you would hit mark for the end. That'd be a little bit quicker than just doing this, so I'll kind of show that really quick. So it's still flashing, so it's going to allow us to hit the mark at the end. So this needs to come back a little bit. Same thing as before, start. It should loop a little better now. Let's see. So it's a little bit long, so we're going to take a tiny bit off that end. Let's do that. There it is. Now you have a loop. Let's say you don't want the loop, but you just want one of these snares. We're going to do the mark thing again. Okay, so I just have this, but the rest of the sample is still on that pad. It's just being tucked away behind this, these endpoints. Let's take off loop. We don't need it to loop. Do the end thing to get rid of that hi-hat. Okay, so bonus, if I want to get rid of that extra stuff to save memory on the memory card, you're going to make sure you hit that button, hit delete. Oh, sorry, you have to get off of this. Get out of that, it won't let you do it. Hit delete. Instead of hitting the button, hit mark. I'll do TRC, short for truncate. Hit it again, it'll truncate it. So now the mark is gone because It's just the snare. That's it. Sweet. So the next one is going to be the remain button. So if you wanted to put a sample, effect on a sample, let's say you want to do reverb on pad number 11. Now you would have reverb on the snare. Okay, well let's say you want that effect on all of these 12 pads. What you do is hit remain and then hit the effect button that you're using. Now they all have it. I use it for something like vinyl sim. I usually cut this noise out. I just like the compression and the lo-fi. Okay, sweet. So let's say you're doing a set or something and you're trying to transition songs from one to the next and they're on the pads. You don't want it to be like that. You would only want it to be on the one pad. So you just do the same thing again. You would just hit remain, hit the effects thing. It should only be on that button, so now it wouldn't be on this one. Yeah, remain button. Another quick bonus I would say is to get more than one compact flash CF card. I actually used this forever, did a bunch of shows on it. I was always like rearranging the pads and deleting and truncating all this kind of stuff. 1 gigabyte is the max you can do on the 404 OG. I think it's 16 gigs on the SX, SP4 SX, the A as well. So a lot more space, but on this guy you're very limited. Sometimes that kind of helps creativity, but as far as gigs go, like this doesn't even have enough memory to store songs on every pad. So get some 1 gigabytes and get some backups. Alright, so my favorite effect on here is number 24 on the multi-effects, the last one on there, the DJFX Looper. You basically have your length of your loop with this one, that's what this controls. And then this one's kind of a speed where you bring it all the way back to 12 o'clock, and it's basically slows the record all the way down, like as if you stopped it. This way actually kind of plays it backwards, kind of in a sense. And then this is just turning on once you get past like 11 o'clock right here, which is, I don't know why they set it at that point. That's when it's actually going to kick in. Definitely my next favorite effect on here would be the vinyl sim. So you have compression, you have noise, and flutter. This actually kind of already has it on it, but basically my tip, I guess, for this effect, my preference is I take the noise out. You can already kind of hear it, so I guess that's kind of a bad example. final sim. I think that noise sounds pretty fake, so I'll just take that out and set everything else maybe like 12 o'clock. Sometimes I'll like play with the flutter if I want it to be extra warbly and messed up sounding. But it works good for a whole beat or just for like samples like this. It just makes it louder and more punchy basically. Get it really warbly, you know. You might not want that, but yeah, maybe you do. Alright, so last but not least, we're going to get into the pattern sequencer. Hit record again to see which ones are blank. We've got our BPM 82. So we're going to hit record. And oh wait, I forgot what I was going to do, right? So what do? Hit record again, go into rehearsal mode. So now you can practice what you want to do over the bars without having to delete it and start over again because you messed up. Right? Now we'll wait for it to get back to the 1. We'll go back into rehearsal mode for the samples. Sometimes it kind of chops off that 1, so you gotta be careful with that. That's kind of a topic for another video, I guess. But let's say I don't like the kick that I did, and I want to fix it and redo it. So what do? Go back into recording on it. So you have to be in record mode, and then you can see pads flashing for what you've already played. What you're going to do is hold delete, it'll say erase, ERS short for erase, and then you just hold down the pad or pads that you want to delete. In this case, it's the kick drum. So you just hold it for the whole 4 bars, or you can just hold it for just one little part where you messed up and you want to redo. So it's pretty clutch. So now I can see where we're at. And that 1's tricky, but rehearsal and erase mode in the pattern sequencer. So just wanted to go over some of the questions from the previous video. Again, thank you so much for all these comments, all the questions. Tariq Elliott, any solution for the SP404 pitch? Looks like they have on the multiple effects channel 21, they have pitch on there. Ezc, that's how you say it. How do I put samples on the SP? Kind of showed that on this video. You press the record, press the pad that you want. It'll be flashing if it's ready to go. And you hit record again, and then cancel the stop. Any insight on putting full beats or a full beat set like Teves or DiBiase on this? I have a 128 megabyte card, and I've read that it should hold at least 60 minutes of sample time. But when I load a bunch of beats on the card, the sample only holds 3 beats. Any help on taking advantage of the sample time would be great. Yes, you can use a 1 gigabyte card on the 404 OG, the oldest one, this one. You can use even more on the newer ones like the SX, like 16. Yeah, just in case anyone didn't see that, maybe that's helpful to someone. Funky Nightclub says, thanks a lot. Can I play a live on internal memory while changing the card and then play back from the card again? No, you cannot do that. Should not do that, at least per the manual, where it says that if you do that, you'll probably lose a bunch of memory, like you lose your samples and things like that on there. So it does not recommend that you do that. That would be a cool trick if you do that, though. So good question. Then Nice and Nice Skin, Juan Prod, probably short for production. Nice and Nice Skin, where buy it, please? Where can you buy it? So styleflip.com. You can buy these pre-made ones, or what I did is create your own and you upload a JPG onto there. Yeah, thanks for those questions.